Hey guys, and welcome to the Gilded Prophecy raid guide. The third boss is Thalguur. This is a two-phase fight. As always, I will first explain the different mechanics of the fight and then go over the fight itself. Please make sure you have the annotations activated on this YouTube video. Since not all mechanics will be happening on every difficulty, I will add an annotation next to every mechanic I explain to tell you what mechanic to expect on easy, normal or hard mode. We use the following raid setup: 1 tank, a Liberator, 2 fist stacks, an Oracle and a Beastmaster. The enrage timer is 8 minutes. The boss has the following mechanics. Diamond Missile, this is a frontal cleave attack. He will shoot up to 3 missiles to anyone in front of him. This will one-shot everyone except the tank, so stay behind the boss at all times. Also note that this is the first ability he will cast on the pull and after every crystal phase. There will be red AoEs on the ground. These don't do damage to you, but they will debuff you with Latic Rain for 6 seconds. While you have this debuff, every ability you use will do around 30k damage to you. So avoid the AoEs or stop attacking if you have the debuff. Earthquake. The boss will smash the ground and do AoE damage to the whole raid. Touch of the Core. This is a high damage channel on a random player. The tank needs to use his intercept ability on him. Crystalline Volley. This is a 10-second cast. This will do a total of 21 ticks for about 25k damage each tick to the whole raid. This can be interrupted, however if you don't interrupt it, it will debuff the boss with 1 stack of Fracturing Core for each tick. He will cast this every 35 seconds after the phase start or after the previous cast ended. Fracturing Core will increase all damage taken by the boss by 1% per stack, up to a maximum of 100 stacks. After the first crystal phase, the boss will start to cast Curse of Greed. This has a 3-second warning and will be active for 6 seconds after that. If you are close to other players with this debuff, you will steal their stacks of luxury, basically killing them on the next earthquake. So you need to react fast and move away if you have Curse of Greed. The boss will do a cast called Crushing Force on a ranged player. This will do a cone AoE in that direction, dealing some damage and knocking back players in the way. The Crystal Phase. When the boss hits 90, 70, 50, 30 and 10%, he will go immune and run to one of the pillars to smash it. Once the pillar is smashed, the boss will start channeling for 10 seconds and be AFK during that time. During this phase, crystals will spawn. Every raid member needs to loot 4 crystals of any color, and the healers can take 5. You will get 1 stack of Power of Luxury for every crystal you take, increasing your HP by 5%, your healing by 3%, your damage done by 3%, your movement speed by 1%, and it will reduce your cast time by 2%. The boss will gain 1 stack of Power of Lethis after each crystal phase. This will increase his damage done and reduce his damage taken by 10% per stack. This is why you need the stacks of luxury to survive later phases. In this phase there will also be a ghost spawning, and in each phase after this there will be 1 more ghost spawning. These need to be tanked and cannot be damaged. One player, usually the Oracle or Bard, will need to loot the shovel in the middle of the room. This will make him see the glowing piles. He simply needs to go and loot the glowing piles. Every time you loot one of those piles, it will make 1 ghost disappear. And that's it, pretty simple fight, so let's get to it. Before you pull, make sure your tank pulls from the other side of where the raid is standing, since the boss will open with Diamond Missile. The emote Thalguur is going to erupt is the warning for the red AoEs. Again, try to avoid them, but if you get hit, stop attacking until the Latic Rain debuff is gone from you. He's now casting Crushing Force on Typheria. You can see him getting knocked back. This is the Earthquake AoE. As you can see, it hits quite hard, so if players damage themselves at the same time with the Latic Rain, they might die. Touch of the Core. This is a damage channel on the player. The tank needs to use his intercept on it. If your healers cannot deal with the damage, you can hide behind a pillar and break the line of sight to the boss to avoid damage, but this shouldn't be needed. Getting close to 35 seconds, here is the first cast of Crystalline Volley. Again, keep in mind this does a lot of damage, but it rewards you with 1 stack of extra damage on the boss if you don't interrupt it. %, the first crystal phase starts. Again, everyone needs to pick up 4 crystals. You can save the remaining crystals in case someone dies, but you need to use them before the next crystal phase or they will disappear and go to waste. Again, make sure as a tank that you are in front of the boss before it comes active again, or you will kill people with diamond missile. You can now see the boss has gained a stack of power of ladies from the crystal phase. You can now see the Curse of Greed is being applied on Furia. Again, you need to stay away from players while you have this debuff, or you will steal their stacks and wipe your raid. As I said, it has a 3-second warning, giving you plenty of time to move out. If you look at the back, you can see the first ghost spawning. The Oracle has looted the shovel and is looking for the glowing pile. He looted the pile and you can see the ghost going to it and disappearing. "35 seconds after the phase starts, the next crystalline volley cast. Now this one is very dangerous, since it usually comes at the same time as the red AoEs and Laitic Rain. So this is pretty much the whole fight. Try to get as many stacks of extra damage on the boss in the beginning to speed up the fight. Move away with the Curse of Greed to not steal stacks from other players, and get rid of the ghosts ASAP to avoid extra tank damage. I will speed the rest of the fight up now. "70% crystal phase, and 2 ghosts will spawn now. "50% crystal phase, and 3 ghosts will spawn now. "30% crystal phase, and 4 ghosts will spawn now. "10% last crystal phase, and 5 ghosts will spawn. But you can ignore these ghosts completely, as the last 10% of the boss will go down in a matter of seconds. And that's it guys, good luck on your kill. As always, I will add the Karuul Alerts that I have for this fight in the video info, so make sure you check that out. And if you want to share my guides in the guide section of the Rift forums, or anywhere else, that would be greatly appreciated. And as always guys, thanks for watching.